What's up, my peeps? It's me again. Let me turn this air down a little bit. It's like 95. Well, my car says it's 95, but it's a little humid down here in Arizona. I figured I need to stay consistent with my videos. So while I'm waiting here at my local Walmart for I got a pharmacy delivery to do, so it's not ready yet. So I got about 20 minutes. So I figured that might be just enough time to record a video. I brought my handy dandy whiteboard, and let me turn the air down a little bit because it's hot and I don't want it to. I noticed in my last video got a lot of background noise, and I don't know, I didn't notice, but I think I might need to get some tires, or I don't remember if the video that was raining, I heard a lot of road noise. So in my mind, I'm like, was the road raggedy or what? But anyways, I've been writing my notes as far as what I need to do on for my TradingView PineScript bot. I'm actually in the back testing phase. I'm going to show you, I guess later when I get home tonight, I'm going to sit at my desk in my closet office and show you how far I've gotten. I actually have made a Euro USD pair-based PineScript bot, and it's actually profitable. The only problem, I have to keep reiterating it, keep trying to make it better, because it is profitable, but it is slow. It's more of a swing trade. Like, I'm getting max drawdown. Let's say if it was a trading challenge, max drawdown is right about, I think it was like maybe 1 or 2%, and then my max profit is right at I think it was like 13 or 14%. But the thing is, it was over a span of like 4 or 5 months. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I'm trying to pass a challenge, I need that money to come faster, baby. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I know it's possible, and it's one of those things is when you have an idea for something, you just start with a question. You get on ChatGPT. How do I blah, 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 blah. And we live in a world where it is instant. It's just, the only way you can fail is if you're just lazy, to be honest. It's telling me exact steps to do. Every time I reiterate it, it's printing off the code. I'm copying it, pasting it in TradingView, run strategy. So I was up to like 2 a.m. in the morning, probably spent about at least 4 or 5 hours reiterating. Now got it profitable. But the only problem is, and it may not be a problem, because I could always stack it upon multiple time frames, but each time frame it's like the way the PineScript is written, it's kind of dynamic. It works better on the 2-hour than anything else. But back to my little notes here. So my first step, number 1, TradingView PineBot, back test until profitable. I got it profitable, but I want to tweak it a little bit better. So now my plan is, next phase is AI automation, and I'm going to play with NAN as the orchestrator for my workflow, because the idea I have is that Travis is the name of my ChatGPT custom model that does my trading, and it's pretty much, it helps me program the TradingView PineScript. So I got it modeled in all things trading knowledge. So, and I'll make a video on how I kind of modeled it, because I kind of had to do the deep research, and I downloaded the PDFs that the ChatGPT came up with as far as trading. After I downloaded the PDFs, I then re-uploaded those PDFs to my custom GPT. When you go under customize GPT, go to my GPTs, you pull up your GPT. On my back office, my GPT is Travis. So that's who programs it in. Next thing, I have to get TradingView. I put TV, create a webhook that will be the trigger for the sorry, I got distracted. Somebody just parked next to me, but he ain't focusing on me. It's just kind of when people, I like to kind of go in the back of the Walmart parking lot so I can kind of get my thoughts together, and then I can think. But anyway, so TradingView webhook will be the trigger for my workflow on the NAN. So I kind of got that written out. It may change. I have to test and see what works best. You know, this is new to me, so I'm gonna turn this air up a little bit because I'm hot. And after I get the trigger and webhook situated on the workflow, I want to connect my workflow. I'm thinking I want to connect my workflow to a broker or prop firm API. So the idea is to be able to create an agentic smart workflow that trades based off the triggers that TradingView sends the workflow, and then I will have Travis, my AI model, connected to that workflow on NAN, and like I said, NAN is a code-free type of workflow interface or platform, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, the idea is to be able to like just sleep and have something trade for you. Like, you're not worried about it. You just, you know, you're just getting a daily report, a daily email letting you know what's the equity curve looking like. That is the idea. That's the vision I have for my trading setup, for my trading business, because trading is a business. But I don't know, that made me laugh. Like, I was trying to, it almost sounded like a commercial. Specializing in agentic workflows for your trading, because trading is a business. You know what? I'm gonna save that. That sounds actually kind of nice when I said it like that the second time. But anyways, real quick, you know, it's hot. I gotta, you know, you might hear the air in the background. I'm hot. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta turn it up. I want to tell you guys real quick about this book I got off of Amazon. Come on. It's called Be Fruitful, the Farmer's Guide to Manifesting. How to actually manifest your desires and serve others with universal laws. And somebody else is parked next to me. It always seems like whenever you're trying to get something done, distractions come, but it's fine. Found this book on Amazon. It's by a wisdom seeker. Of course, I'm pretty sure that's a pen name. But let me go to what got me kind of hooked. Honestly, I got hooked in the first part of the book. It says, Introduction, Understanding Manifestation Through Farming and the Hermetic Laws. Manifestation is a process that mirrors the natural cycles of farming. Just as a farmer carefully cultivates the land to produce a harvest, individuals must nurture their thoughts, beliefs, and actions to bring their desires into reality. This book seeks to bridge the wisdom of the Hermetic laws with the tangible, grounded practices of agriculture to provide a unique and actual framework for manifestation. The Hermetic laws offer a universal blueprint for creation, operating across all planes of existence. Hold on. Let me see. Trying to line it up with this camera. Screen went black. It's back on. Planes of existence, spiritual, mental, and physical. By aligning these principles with the stages of farming, readers can better understand how to concisely co-create their lives in harmony with natural rhythms. Just as a seed contains the blueprint for an entire tree, every idea and desire originates in the unseen realm before materializing into the physical world. This book will explore the parallels between farming and the energetic process of bringing visions into fruition, offering practical steps to cultivate one's manifestations from thought to tangible reality. Whether you are a seasoned student of manifestation or completely new to the concept, this guide will offer insights into the interplay between spiritual wisdom, natural law, and human interaction. Through this framework, readers will learn how to plant their dreams with confidence, nurture them with aligned actions, and ultimately harvest the fruits of their labor. Introduction to the concept of energetic creation and the roadmap of the chakras. Energy is the foundation of all creation. Just as farmers must work with the natural energies of the sun, water, and soil to produce a harvest, individuals must learn to harness and direct their own energy to manifest their desires. The chakra system serves as a roadmap for this energetic process, guiding the flow of energy from highest realms of thought to the grounded reality of physical manifestation. Each chakra represents a stage in the journey of creation, from the initial seed of thought to the final fruit of realization. By understanding how energy moves through the body and interacts with the laws of the universe, individuals can learn to align their inner world with their external reality. The chakras act as energetic gateways, influencing our thoughts, emotions, actions, and ultimately our manifestations. This book will explore how each chakra corresponds to a specific hermetic law, illustrating how I feel like I said that weird. This book will explore how each chakra corresponds to a specific hermetic law, illustrating how the principle of universal creation can be consciously applied to one's life. By following this roadmap, readers will learn how to balance their energy, remove blockages, and cultivate the conditions necessary for successful manifestations. Just as the farmer carefully tends to each stage of a plant growth, from soil preparation to harvesting, we must nurture our own energetic alignment to ensure that our desires come to fruition. The be, do, have formula in manifestation. Many people approach manifestation backwards, believing that they must first have what they desire before they can do what is necessary and ultimately be the person they want to be. However, the true order of manifestation follows the sequence of be, do, have. Be. The process begins with identity. Just as a seed must first contain the blueprint. Yeah, that order I think is about ready for me to pick up. I'm gonna finish reading this and I'm gonna close out this section. But anyway, it says B, the process begins with identity. Just as a seed must first contain the blueprint of the tree it will grow into. Individuals must embody the identity of the person who has already achieved their goal. This means cultivating the mindset, emotions, and energy of someone who is already living their desired reality. Do. Once identity is established, aligned action naturally follows. The farmer must plant the seed, water it, and provide it with the right environment to grow. Similarly, taking initial steps and following through with consistent effort is essential in manifesting one's desires. And this is the have. have. The final stage is the harvest, the external manifestation of what has been cultivated internally. When the seed has grown into a tree, it eventually bears fruit, just as the efforts and beliefs of an individual culminate in tangible results. The formula is deeply rooted in biblical and spiritual teachings, reinforcing that one must first seek alignment with their higher self before their external circumstances can reflect their desires. By integrating the be, do, have approach, readers will learn to shift their mindset, take inspired action, and ultimately create the life they envision. Man, you know what? It's funny. I'm reading this. I'm gonna stop there. It's funny. I'm reading this. I got this shirt on. Hold on. I got this shirt on called. It says it's an old shirt. It says "Be the Change." I've had this shirt for a while, and this morning a lady. I was in the store picking an order. This was one of the shopping orders. And I like wearing the shirt. It's old, but I get a lot of compliments because it you know, it's something about be the change. It does something to you know, it inspires people just to, they see that and they say, hey, I like your shirt, you know, and I'm always like, this old thing. But anyways, it was an older lady. She came up to me when I was picking an order. I don't know. I felt like I probably made her feel like I was being weird or something after the fact. But what happened was she came up to me and she was like, hey, is that a Walden shirt? And at first I didn't hear her. I wasn't sure what I heard. I just smiled and said, like, excuse me? You know, because she said Walden shirt. She said, no, is that a Walden shirt? I had no clue what she meant. I was like, honestly, I don't know where I got this shirt from. And she was like, yeah, I used to work for them, and they used to do these slogans, and I guess they used to make commercials. It must have been some sort of advertising agency or something. They made commercials or something. And she was like, yeah, before I left, they had this thing. They would put on all their things, all their merchandise and commercials. It would say, be the change. And so she really liked it. And I imagine she, I think she was retired or whatnot. But I imagine when she saw that, it probably reminded her of maybe like, you know, good times when she was a little bit younger. You know, like, oh man, I remember working at that place. So that probably pulled her to come approach me and ask me about my shirt, because she probably had if I would have told her, yeah, this is a Walden shirt, she probably would have had a long story to tell me. But because I didn't tell her this was a Walden shirt, we talked about the beat of change, you know, and I was like, yeah, I really liked it. I told her I get a lot of compliments about this shirt, you know, even though it's a simple saying. And she said something to the fact like, yeah, you know, be the change. Because, you know, you can you can apply that with anything in life. And I was like, yeah, you can. But more than anything, what it reminds me of biblical principles. And she kind of looked at me like, and then I then after she kind of like, gave me a little side eye a little bit, like, what do you mean? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, biblical principles, like Matthew 6:33, you know, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And I went ahead and was like, yeah, you know, it reminds me of the being part. Seek him first. That's the being part before you can be, do, have. And so I, you know, and she kind of like, yeah, you know, just kind of like, I didn't expect that interaction, kind of. And you know, after I walked away, or she walked away rather, I kind of thought like, oh, I hope I didn't make her feel, I hope I didn't come off as weird. And I was like, that's weird that it should be weird talking about the word of God. So anyways, like I said, I gotta go in here and pick up this order, y'all. But I wanted to share you guys my new book that I got from Amazon. It's called Be Fruitful. I'm gonna put a link underneath this video for it, but it goes through a lot of, I think the first chapter is called we were reading the introduction. Let me see. I like the title of the first chapter, and each chapter is kind of like has a similar theme, but you know, man, my fingers are sticking, and I got this GoPro in one hand and trying to. Okay, chapter 1. Okay, let me show y'all real quick before I go. Chapter 1. What does it say? The seed of thought, law of mentalism in the crown chakra. So, man, if you into this type of stuff, man, this is good. I mean, you'll like this book, man. I'm in it. I'm very into a lot of the esoteric things. So, kind of reminds me when I first read The Secret years ago. So it's one of those type of things. Anyways, next video, I'm gonna probably be back in my closet office showing you probably my reiterations on my PineScript bot that I'm making through TradingView. So because we're gonna tackle this AI stuff, man, right? 2025 is the year of the money. Money cometh right now in Jesus' name. Peace out.